Well, one Christmas, Joe and Peter built a skating rink in the middle of a field. And a shepherd leading his flock decided to take a shortcut across the rink. And the sheep, however, were afraid of the ice and wouldn't cross it. So desperate, the shepherd began trying to cajole and push them to the other side. "Look at that," remarked Peter to Joe. "That guy is trying to pull the wool over our eyes." It's Joy Sunday. You know it had to be a clunker. Oh, thank you for laughing. So today is our fourth and final Sunday of Advent, where we consciously turn our attention during Advent to Advent, technically means second coming. And so in Unity, what we teach is the second coming of the Christ is when it comes back to us in our awareness, the truth of what we are. Because the truth of what we are is the Christ, and the Christ is our divinity, our divine nature. The Christ means anointed. So that's what we are. And so in Advent, we look at what is ours to do to express the Christ through faith, peace, love, and now joy. So, I looked up the definition of joy, and the definition in the dictionary says, joy is the emotion of great delight. The emotion of great delight. So let's check in. How you doing with that? Here we are. We're pretty much, at the final tail end of the holiday season. And as you reflect on the holiday season, have you navigated it with pure delight? Are you feeling delighted at, say, who's coming to dinner tonight or tomorrow? Or I know I went over to Best Buy last night. I felt like I had to make one last errand. And boy, it was an opportunity to be delightful. Yeah. So this is just an opportunity to check in with how we're doing with our joy. Because, it seems that around this time of year, there can be some maybe financial stresses. There's lots of decorating, lots of gatherings, organizing. There's so much to do. But let's explore the spiritual meaning of joy. So, as I've covered in the meditation, being joy means being more, it's more than a feeling. It's really more than that feeling of delight. Because joy truly is an aspect of your Christ nature. It's innate. And it doesn't matter whether you feel it or not. Doesn't matter whether you believe you get to be joyful in life, whatever your belief is about joy or however way you're expressing it right now, does not change the fact that you are inherently joy. And that at any time it is accessible to you to express joy. So when we are expressing joy, here's some ways to know when we're expressing joy. Of course, you can have that kind of tickled feeling, that kind of excitement. Joy expressing can show up as laughter and humor. But joy, when we call forth joy, we are able to navigate life's experiences in a different way. Because I really believe, children so show us what joy is really about. We can navigate life with awe and wonder and curiosity. Joy expressing is when our hearts are engaged and we have our generous spirits expressing. Yeah, when we see through the lens of joy, we can't help but feel grateful. The glass is all the way full. It heightens our connection to life and each other when we're expressing our joy. There's a quote that I found that said, "All the peace, wisdom, and joy in the universe are already within us. We don't have to gain, develop, or attain them. We're like a child standing in a beautiful park with his eyes shut tight. We don't need to imagine trees, flowers, deer, birds, and sky. We merely need to open our eyes and realize what is already here, who we really are." So what is ours to do to open our eyes and experience joy during the holiday season and each day? Well, we might just need a mind lift. So a man went to his doctor for a checkup and asked her, "What do you think are my chances to live to be 100? And the doctor asked the patient, "Do you smoke?" "No," the man answered. "Do you drink?" "Never." "Do you have romantic encounters?" "No, ma'am," the patient replied. And the doctor shook her head and asked the patient, "Then why do you want to live to be 100? See, if there is a secret to life, the secret to life is to be engaged in life. Enjoy fully. Because when you live from a place of joy and you think joyful thoughts and you feel the expansiveness, you feel the warmth in your heart, do you realize that when you're expressing joy, that literally life-affirming chemicals and hormones course through your body? Yeah. Being joy, expressing your joy, is physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually uplifting. The Bible even got it right. Proverbs says, "A cheerful heart is good medicine." A cheerful heart is good medicine. So we need to lift our thoughts and truly take in the beauty of life around us. And we get to be in action, shining our light. And so every year, you'll notice on our PowerPoint, and also I hope you hear it reflected in my messages, is that every year here at Unity of Gaithersburg, we have a different theme, kind of a focus. And this past year is We Are Love Expressing. Community 2017, We Are Love Expressing. Well, the staff and I met, and we had some input from the board as well. And what really came to my heart for our theme for 2018 is shining our light. Community 2018, shining our light. Because, Jesus said, "You are the light of the world." Period. There was no, you need to do this or you need to be this. You need to have money to shine your light. You need to have education to shine your light. You need to have a certain skill to shine your light. No. You are the light. And it just takes a willingness and intention for us to give and share our light, to see beyond ourselves. And I really do think that's what activates our expression of joy. So I started to do some perusing on the internet as I was preparing this message. And I thought, okay, so we're shining our light this year. What are some ways that we can activate our attribute of joy through seeing beyond ourselves? And so I found this website about random acts of kindness. And I've seen some stories on Facebook that I have actually bawled at some stories on Facebook about people that just go and just give money to people, and pay their layaways and things like that. But this website that I found had some really unusual, clever ways for us to do random acts of kindness, which, again, I think evokes joy. So I want to share those with you, okay? Okay, all right. So to be joy in action, because really, one more thing I want to say is, yes, joy is joy is love in action. Joy is an action word. So here we are. So, okay, what if some of us would go to a laundromat and leave just a big bottle of laundry detergent? Or, it's like, how exciting is laundry detergent? Or to give a hot drink, to the person ringing the Salvation Army bell. Invite someone you suspect will be alone to spend your holidays, your New Year's celebration or Christmas Eve celebrations with you. Pay for someone's groceries behind you in line. Take flowers to the nurses' station at your local hospital because the nurses know who needs them the most. Fill an expired or about to expire parking meter. Those can really add up if you're parking in D.C. I love this one. Put change in a row of vending machines. Isn't that fun when you go and you want something like, oh, dang, I don't have enough change. Oh, isn't that fun? Tape cash or a gift card on a random gas pump. Wouldn't that be fun to find? Put sticky notes with positive messages in public places. Like, you are beautiful. You are the light. Tape a plastic bag of quarters to a washer or dryer at the laundromat. Purchase some extra dog or cat food and drop it off at an animal shelter. Tape a gift certificate for a free car wash to a stranger's car. Now, I probably will get one of those because my car really needs it. Write it, hint, hint, in the middle. Hand out gloves and mittens to the homeless or leave them on park benches. Bring coffee to construction workers, police on detail, or anyone working outside. Help someone load their groceries. Offer to return someone's shopping cart to the store. That's a biggie. Because, people are tired. They just want to unload their stuff, and then they leave the buggies. They call them buggies in the South. They leave their buggies in the parking spaces and things. Just offer to take it back for them. Let someone go ahead of you in the checkout line. Leave a favorite book in a public place with a note that it's free for the taking. Hide a few dollar bills around the dollar store. Oh, that was awesome. And last but not least, I really love this one. Pay past due library fees for 5 people, and while there, put dollar bills in some of your favorite books. Wouldn't that be awesome to open up your favorite? Here's a bookmark. So it just touched my heart because this is all about, folks, us shining our light and bringing more joy to the planet because, wow, there's some heavy, dense energy out there right now, right? And so I love the holiday season because it's just that, it's that regrounding for the new year in truth, of the truth of what we are and what we are capable of being, doing, and expressing. We are joy, and we can bring so much light to the world. So, okay. So what if we just decided this year to be in life simply for the joy of it? Simply for the joy of it. What if we chose to give to someone every day just for the joy of it? What if we woke up each day and set the intention to shine our light in the world in the midst of the news and its heaviness and woe just for the joy of it? What if we took that on this year as a conscious intention and then check in this time next year? So come back next year this time on Joy Sunday and let's talk about it. Okay? I want to hear your stories. I bet you this. If we take this on, you'll feel better physically. You'll feel better emotionally. You'll be lighter in mood and perspective. And wow, that goes a long way right now. You will be more prosperous. You will be more prosperous Because remember what you talked about in our fall book study, the 7 spiritual laws of success. As we give, we receive. Giving is receiving. Receiving is giving. You know how you feel when you do a random act of kindness, like you know, I can see you guys putting little quarters in vending machines and going, you know, it feels so good. You just stand taller, your heart's expanded, you have that gratitude in your heart. Oh, it's so great. And your body loves that. Remember, you are sending life-affirming hormones and chemicals to your cells when you do this. You will deepen spiritually. You'll be more in tune with the truth of who and what you are. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's give. Let's shine our light. Let's be our joy this year, just for the joy of it. Are you ready? Merry Christmas. Let's affirm together. I give, I love, I shine my light for the joy of it, and so it is.